to sleep soon.
Okay.
Yeah, today is the baby day because we have already several babies, but we also had several cats and dogs. So
Yeah.
well.
There's another dog. We have a new dog we got yesterday, so she's probably gonna be here somewhere too.
Hi.
Yeah, fantastic.
Mira que
Stefano, hi.
no escucho
Diana,
nada.
Hi, Anna. Hi, everybody.
hi. Yes. I'm really sorry for delay, but we had such a very emotional discussion in our previous online session, and it was
Don't
fantastic
worry.
how people are engaged in this conversation, and we are raising very important questions during this online Zoom sessions. So yeah, it's fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, now we have here almost everybody, and people are continue to join us. Let's see. Yeah, let's give people like 1 minute, 2 minutes to join us. And
Okay.
meanwhile, how do you feel today? Because, for example, here in Moscow, it's so cold. I'm sitting in this wooden sink.
Here it's like it's nice, very nice with sun, and it's autumn. A really an autumn day.
Where are you?
In Argentina, in Cordoba.
In Argentina.
Yeah.
Super.
It's just everywhere. Moscow. I can't believe it.
And Ruya, Kian, where are you?
I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, in the United States. So it's just starting to be spring here, but it's a very cool spring, which I am always very happy for because I grew up in the northeast of the U.S.
We have a dog.
We do have a dog, and it can get very hot very fast here. So it's very cool. It's very nice to be outside. So.
Vayan para abajo, okay?
Oh, yeah.
If you are used to open the chat while we are speaking, Sarah will post the link of the artelaguna.org page of each of you.
Okay.
In such a way that you can connect the face with the artwork. And when we will meet in Venice for the exhibition, we will recognize each other and we will have lots of things to speak about.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. And we have one more person now here. It's amazing. Probably somebody else will be also joining us, but I think we can start from like official information about the organizational issues, organizational situation. Laura or Sarah, can you please let us know what's going on and when we are going to have the opening that we are dreaming of?
Yes, thanks for joining us, and we are very happy to have this important artist as a finalist in this edition. You has been selected among more than 10,150 artworks applied to this edition. So we are really proud to have so beautiful works and to represent beautiful artists from all around the world. And we have also a very good news because we have decided to exhibit all the works in Venice on March of the next year. So this year is a very difficult year, but the next one will be the best. And so we wanted to exhibit your works together with the works of the finalist artists of the next edition. So two edition altogether. And we have also the date from March 13 to April 5. So we will organize a very big and beautiful exhibition. We are very happy to announce this and to give you this information.
Great.
In this time of lockdown, as you know, we are promoting in any case your artworks thanks to our social pages. And we think it's very important also the collaboration of everybody to take this time to promote at the best all the works, so you can share the works of all the other artists. So we have 120 people who can share artworks of everybody, and this really makes a very big group and a going on of information all around the world with the contacts of everybody. So it's important. So on March of the next year, we will have a lot of people in Venice all together.
Have you seen
That
the
sounds great.
calendar? Have you seen the calendar where there are all your names, and you can see the day in which we will promote you in all our channels. So if also you are promoting that day the other artist, and we can do the same forever for all, we are promoting in a very big way.
Yeah, so super, yeah. And as usual, I invite you to follow each other on social networks. This way we can support each other, to support other artists, and to maybe to create some collaborative projects together, who knows. It will be a very good result for Arte Laguna team if you will start to create something together with artists from other countries. My name is Anna Schwetz, and I'm helping to moderate these meetings. Sorry, my English is not perfect, but I really enjoy this process, and I really enjoy to see you all. And today we are speaking about a very interesting and intriguing topic. It is future. How do we see future? How do we see the role of an artist in the future? How do we see art of the future? Do we understand what will be the balance between beauty and the message? And all these questions I'm going to discuss with you today. And I want to start from Diana, if you don't mind. What do you think of art in the future? Do we need art in the future, or we need just, I don't know, science, technologies, and all this stuff?
See, I have a belief that art has the ability to have imagined worlds. So how can we use art as a creative force that allows us to see potential futures that other methods and other forms of inquiry do not allow us to see? So what is it about creative practice, which I find very similar to science in a way, that allows us to see, but without necessarily the same type of constraints that scientific inquiry have? We have different types of constraints. I also see that the relationship between like beauty and message, so to speak, they're intertwined. So that it's that we need to have an aesthetic way in which we can engage someone's ability to start thinking through an idea, and that those need to be paired so that we can continue to move forward and to see what these other possibilities and different futures can look like, particularly in the stage that we're at, you know, like as we're in quarantine, we are in these new ways that are outside of our comfort zones. I find that artists are some of the most resilient humans in the world. So we have to use those skills to be able to then, you know, breathe this new idea of how we live in some level of balance. The other thing that I've been thinking about a lot in my own work is that there's been this relationship to material and climate change and environment. And I used to be I still am, but I was very devoted to this notion of activism. But I'm finding that some of the most radical acts that one can make now is just to attune to their own environments. And how do can we make artwork that helps the audience members attune to where they live, their own sense of local, so that we can act as as sensitively to where we are, so that we can live in a communal fashion that is not going to hurt, you know, and to do no harm. So I think we need art more than ever now. And it's my hope that, you know, we can all keep moving in this way that allows other people to see that too, and to also create that sense of sensitivity that I think is very particular to art, because we need to be sensitive now, particularly as I'm watching in my own country as people are opening up now. And there's lack of listening, there's lack of attention. This is when we need to be listening as deeply as possible. And I think that artistic practice allows for that type of listening and attunement.
Yeah, thank you, Diana. Thank you for this profound understanding of the situation. And I think that artists are perfect in this sense of when we are all in this difficult situation of viruses and other disasters that are happening to our planet. Artists should be those who will recommend, who will offer some new solutions, some deep understanding, some sensible, I don't know, way of thinking. Gilbert, do you want to join us on this topic? What do you think as an artist, how you personally can influence the future that we have now, that we are going to have?
Okay. ¿Puedo seguir hablando en español?
Ah, sí.
Gracias. Thank you, everyone. Bueno, justo ahora estoy trabajando en un proyecto de fotografía analógica, donde voy a empezar a documentar después de esta situación la vida de las personas que trabajan en la calle. Sí.
Now he's working with analog photography to show the work of people who are working on the street.
Sí. Me interesa este tipo de personas que están detrás de disfraces y animan al sector turístico en las grandes ciudades. Y lo que voy es a retratar la vida de estas personas. Es decir, es contactar con ellos y a partir de ahí retratar cómo es su vida detrás de esas máscaras.
I'm sorry, I'm not listening very well, but you are making photographs of people who are wearing these special costumes.
Sí, que están vestidos de Spider-Man, de Mickey Mouse, de Superman, de Bob Esponja, pero al final son personas. Y la idea es pues trabajar con fotografía, pero esas personas sin esas máscaras. Y después documentar su vida íntima en sus espacios, en sus casas.
Okay, so the project is about these people who are wearing these costumes of Superman and other superheroes, and then with his camera to proceed to show their private life. That is the project on which he's working now currently.
Sí, y es un proceso un poco más largo porque requiere de la confianza de la persona que retratas y de que dejen que tú entres en sus vidas, ¿no? Al final es una colaboración ética entre un artista y una persona.
Yes, and this is the question of ethic question and the question of confidence in the person with whom you're working on one project. But are you working, ¿estás trabajando en calle ahora? ¿Es posible trabajar?
No. Justo está el proyecto preparado y la cámara esperando.
So the camera is waiting, so he is preparing this project. So it is so important for artists to be always ready to reflect the reality. So yeah, it's fantastic. Thank you for sharing this idea with us, Gilbert.
Oh, gracias.
Gracias. Yeah, and let's go to Julia Romano. How do you feel now, and what do you think about the future? How you can influence the future? Because as I heard in the previous conversation that we had, that it is all about individuals. It is all about each one of us, that each one of us can change something. What do you think?
Well, yeah, my work is related with the environment and with a closest territory and the possibility to change it or to construct it, to build it. Sorry. Wait, the baby woke up. Wait a second.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so I'm so happy actually to see that the life is not stopping, that the babies are waking up.
I have 3 kids, so it's a hectic quarantine. So, well, my work, the one that I presented at the prize, is related with, I think it's more hopeful than the one that I am working now. I'm working with an idea of the unpredictability of landscape now, or the unpredictability of territory, because of this situation, you know. I think that my work is a possibility. Oh, it's a symbolic, at least, possibility for building our own environment, to change it, to do what, or to build it with the things that make us good and do us well. But as the becoming of this pandemic, I think that there's kind of an uncertainty in all this, you know, and there's something bigger that is not in our control. So now my work is getting a bit blue, you know, but not that the future is blue and sad and disappointing, a disappointing future, but to believe that there is not everything in I think there is not everything in our control. I don't know, my English is not that well, sorry.
No,
but
it's all clear. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. But that is why I use the words unpredictability or uncertainty, because I don't know what future is going to be. I think that art must join us and be with us, because I think that is a way to as Diana says, more sensitive, and to feel it, and to be more aware of a lot of things. And art is has this language, you know, to go deeper into things. But well, here in Argentina is it's going to be difficult, you know. It's going to be a crisis. It's now a crisis, and that is why I can't say how we are going to live when this ends, you know. I don't know, but what I know is that it's going to shake things up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have some images of this new project, but I think that it's not the moment. You can see the work, the previous work, that is cultural landscapes, and we can keep that image that is more poetic and more like an oasis, an island full of hope, you know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Julia, it's so important, yeah, that you also mentioned the fact, the idea, the feeling that we are all need to be more sensitive in the future, because yeah, you're absolutely right. Using all these gadgets and computers, we are losing part of our sensibility, especially now when we are all surrounded by these walls, and we can see each other faces just on the screen without mask. Actually, here in Moscow, everybody obliged to wear mask and
yeah.
So it's a pleasure to see real people without masks now.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Only by the only in the internet, or only like this we can see us without the masks.
Yeah. Hopefully in the future we will be able to see each other faces to see each other's smiles. Now I have a question to Stefano. Do you think that in future artists can be, let's say, that governments and politicians and people who are deciding how to live in different countries will be more attentive to artists, to listen to the artists? Do you think we have a chance to transform our societies to be more attentive to artists? What do you think?
It's a good hope. It's a good hope. So I not consider myself an artist, but simply a storyteller. Using photography is the reality, no? Reality, exactly reality or reality remade, but it's reality, no? So I consider myself more a storyteller. But I know, so here in Italy is a deep crisis situation. Because 3 months of lockdown makes some people without money, and if the people is without money, can spend money, no, and a generation created on the consumers. If we have not consumer, all the economy blows up, no? So this is a terrible crisis. I'm in my life, I'm an accountant, so I'm a business consultant. So I'm very preoccupato.
You're worried about the situation.
I'm very worried about the future. In these 3 months, I see at the television, on Facebook, on Instagram, etc., a growing of art and the growing of all the possibility of art, musics, and the beauty of the Italy and so on. No, so I hope, I really hope that the future can be different from what we have lived right now. But there's a big problem economic, because all the productions in the whole world is completely unused. We can make everything of everything, and this is crazy, no? And we have a touch with the hands that all the production that we have in Italy was passed in China for all the product that we can produce in economic way, no, because China have a cost, a low cost of production. So we have displaced all the manufacturers that was uneconomic,
Okay,
no economic. No?
Stefano, I have a question. What in this situation can do an artist to change the situation somehow? You mentioned that during this quarantine, there were a lot of art initiatives, cultural initiatives online. And I really also, I see this situation also. Artists are very active. Museums are trying to to offer online exhibitions. Galleries are trying to do online auctions. What are artists supposed to do to improve the situation, to improve this world that is, as you said, the world of consumerismo? What artists can change?
Artists can change this so also the artists have to gain, no? Because they have to leave. So the problem is how can we make money with art? Because if the artist can make money, the artist can produce. If the artist can't make money, have to change, have to leave. So what is, or which is the role of the government? Which is the role of the state? Which is the role of the public administrations? Mm-hmm. So they can do something gave to the artists the opportunity to leave.
Okay. Let's continue with other participants also.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for your ideas. Yeah, it's true that we are not living just with inspiration. We cannot eat inspiration, actually.
Exactly.
We can enjoy it, but it's very difficult to live without money. It's almost impossible. We are not robots. Okay, let's move. Brandon, hi, nice to see you. Yeah, and to continue with this speaking about future, how do you see the role of the artist in the future, and what you personally do to change the reality? Or you're just doing your art without thinking about the general situation? How you manage this?
Well, I do see the role of art in the future as almost being kind of jostled by this reality to, bring the complicating factor, such as Zoom, or, this idea of what is an artist community. And I see that bridge kind of being complicated and being tested. And so there's almost certain avenues that might go through, and due to this situation and due to this, the energy that it's like this is just another enormous test, but that there can be positives that come from this, just in terms of artist relationships, the ways of working, community. It certainly is not easy, and it will not be easy, but that's one thing that I am kind of looking at. And I've even, been reaching out to people, in my community that are not, physically present, and we're not able to do those things. But there are some productive elements that are coming from that, in terms of just re-engagement, like, taking the time to refocusing on those layers and levels of communication, in each other's practices, and really kind of honing in on that communication. And what was the second part of the question? I'm sorry.
The second part of the question was about the role of the artist in forming our future. We were always thinking that just politicians, or now it's more a scientific society, who are like really respected. But I really think that I really believe that only artists together with scientists can do some dramatic change in how we live and what we do. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that, as I think we all can see, that different state actors are either welcoming that facilitation, you know, on a local or on a larger scale, and then others are have a bit more distance from that conversation. And one of the things that I hope and that I see is that there is kind of like a bridge where they are coming together. You know, specifically, it does start with artists, and it does start with this kind of continued push, you know, and even at times putting ourselves at risk, and, you know, coming together. But it is very, very tricky and strategic in this time. But ultimately, you know, and I've seen it in a few different examples, but the way that art can play a role in some of these movements and conversations moving forward, even in a time like this, is really kind of indicative of the energy and the spirit and the hope, and that, you know, various messages and communications are coming together. And I think from, you know, different disciplines is even more instrumental, and not really kind of singling or pushing anything out. But I do kind of see it in a hopeful sense, and in a sense that, you know, we are able to use various forms, you know, of technology, of communication, to continue art and have it being a growing level, and, you know, kind of challenging political and state actors to kind of be more present and to show forth. Different places are doing that in different scales. I can say that where I'm at, it's not where it should be, and probably won't, but, you know, it's almost like pressure from other places, and that they are seeing that. And, you know, that's a huge asset in today's world, is that we're able to kind of leverage, you know, our voices, and, you know, a continuation of buildup in the presence of art, and that it, you know, it keeps building. And so that's something that I'm hopeful for.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's really important. I'm doing notes because after this video, I want to publish something, and it's so important to listen to you because from different countries, from different backgrounds, from different points of view, you are mentioning the same things, the same ideas. I mean, that is really important that we are doing now. And thank you so much for participation. And Brendan, I know that you were selected for art residency here in Moscow by Gretchen Hall. And if you haven't been to Russia, and it will be a great opportunity, because Gretchen Hall, this art residency, they are amazing. You will love it, and I'm really happy for you.
Congratulations, then.
Yeah. You should come. I think they will probably do it next year when the flights will be possible, and hopefully we will see each other here in Moscow. And,
they are great person there. I have been there. You will enjoy.
Well, yeah, thank you. I'm really looking forward to being there, and yeah, really looking forward to being there.
Yeah. We are waiting for flights to start, and to have this possibility to travel again. Yeah, thank you.
You probably know that the special prizes of the 14th edition has been already announced, and you will find it in the prize in the site. While Sarah is waiting for your videos to present to the jury, and with the jury, they will decide the 4 absolute winners of the 14th edition. That will be announced before, yes, but clapped in Arsenale of Venice together with the winners of the 15th edition.
Okay, so yeah, the exact information will be by email, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Benjamin. What do you think about the future of arts, and what will be the art of the future? Will we have only conceptual art, or we will have steel canvases and paintings? What do you think?
Ooh, I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Ah, perfect. Yeah. I mean, there were paintings and yeah, all kinds of artworks for, I guess, thousands of years. So it will keep on. Artists will grow in different areas, in painting and photography. There will be future arts we don't know yet. But I think it's like Mr. Bianchi said, it's difficult because now people are forced to look on their own situation, and they're a little bit anxious because of the actual situation. No one knows what's going on, and yeah, I think we will see this in reflected in the actual art of today and tomorrow. But I don't know if yeah.
How you can imagine what will be in art? How you can imagine the art gallery in 50 years or in 100 years?
Yeah, I think it will be more visual. So you will be able to be with technical innovations. You will be able to be in every place in the world in real time, and you are able to feel it, to smell it, to touch it, even if you're not there. So there will be a lot of different possibilities to just walk through art galleries, and you don't have to be there in person. I don't know what travel possibilities will be evolved in this time, but I think it's right now with the COVID situation. I think the technical aspect is growing because everybody is doing meetings like this, and as you said, museums are looking for new ways to present art and artists. But I think it's still that situation that no one knows where this is all going, and if you can't earn money, so it's difficult to spend money and to have the consciousness for looking at art in a way so that you're thinking, okay, I like it, I think about buying it, but because now you are forced with a harder situation for some artists, for me as a cameraman too, because I'm working mainly in the event business. So I think I have to reschedule myself, and it's difficult to say where all this is going. I'm working on other projects where I always said I have to do this one day, and on the other side I have a lot of family here. My wife is working in full time in the office, so I have my little daughter. She's 3 years old. We're doing nice trips to the outside of the land and looking for cows and horses, and she's 3 years old. And I have so much time with my family like never before, I think, because in my profession I'm away for 1 or 2 months or something like this. And it's interesting. It's on the one side it's totally fulfilling and surprising, and on the other side you're laying in the bed in the evening and you're thinking, I don't know how this is going to work one day. What do I have to work to keep this all going? And it's a real competition, a live competition. So, and we will see how this will work on the perception of people and artists. And it's on the one hand, it's really interesting times because nothing like this happened since I don't know, ever. And we will see how this all will evolve, and hopefully we all stay safe and healthy.
Yeah. Thank you, health and everything, all the good to your family and your little daughter. And you know, in one of the previous conversations, one lady said, you know, it's so important that in our future, our children will be taught to see beauty. Like, can you see this cloud? Can you see how beautiful is it? Because being more and more technological, unfortunately, we are forgetting about real beauty and real impressions from nature and so on. So I beg you, artists, photographers, por favor, please continue to do what you do, because without you, we are not catching these wonderful moments of our planet. Who knows? We are losing corals, we are losing some species from our nature. So please, film it, film it, fix it. I don't know. We need to show the beauty of our world to further generations. In this sense, I want to continue with Marcello. Can you please? Yeah, you know that you look like an artist in your this head.
Ok, ciao. Ciao a tutti.
Yeah.
Can I ask? Sorry.
Yes.
No, posso parlare in italiano? Can I speak in Italian or no?
Yes, you can.
Your question is very important, and I would to try to answer in a very good way. Because io penso di essere, forse avere un punto di vista un po' diverso da quello che ho sentito. Io sono molto positivo. Penso che in questo momento ci possa essere una grande svolta in un mondo che si era un po' cristallizzato. Nell'utilizzo della tecnologia forzata che abbiamo oggi, spero si possa tornare a una riscoperta del vero inteso come natura.
Un momento para traducción.
Ok.
Yes, he was saying that he has a different point of view from the other artists, a very positive point of view, because he thinks that from this period, it's important to understand the use of technology. Ma Marcello, aspetta, perché forse stavi finendo il concetto della tecnologia. Se lo riprendi vado meglio a tradurre.
No, stavo solo dicendo sulla tecnologia che adesso che siamo obbligati a usarla per qualsiasi forma di comunicazione e anche per lavorare, perché siamo tutti in smart working, spero ci possa essere poi una riscoperta del vero nelle persone, della materia.
Ma quindi secondo te la tecnologia, il fatto che adesso usiamo così tanta tecnologia ci fa capire che forse invece è meglio non usarla così tanto, in questo senso?
Secondo me sì, stiamo arrivando un po' al limite, siamo troppo all'interno della tecnologia, secondo me, in questo momento.
He is saying that the positive thing of using so much the technology in this period is that this perhaps will help us to understand that we can change and we can also live without all these technologies. So we are passing a limit with technology, and this perhaps will allow us to understand that we need also something that is more material, more real. So this full use of technology that we are obliged is important to understand what is really important.
Yeah, you know, yeah, thank you, Sarah, for translation. And Marcello, you know that you are not the first who are today raising this topic, that too much technology and too much we are depending on technologies. So what do you think for our future, how we can find this balance between, let's say, handmade art and technology, how to find the solution, the balance?
Allora, penso che il lavoro sarà sempre più legato alla tecnologia, legato allo smart working, quindi verso il rispetto dell'individuo e della vita personale delle persone, almeno un certo tipo di lavoro. Dall'altra parte l'arte, ci sarà sì la parte digitale, dalla fotografia digitale sicuramente potrà avere un exploit, penso alla video art che sicuramente sul digitale potrà crescere, ma spero che ci sarà una grande esplosione invece di quella che è l'arte fisica, l'arte che la gente deve muoversi da casa per andare a vederla in un museo, in una galleria o in uno studio d'artista.
Okay, he's saying that technology for sure we continue for the working area because we could use technology also for the smart working and to understand the respect of people and everyday life and this can be in the working sphere. But regarding art, there will be for sure also digital art and video art, but also he hopes there will be the necessity to go to see real artwork, to go out and not stay in front of a screen to see the real artwork. So he hopes and this is important for him.
Because the real art is an experience. So the people want to live the experience. The technology is very cold. We need the point of view of the artist. We need the emotion. We need the museum. Of course, a different museum, I think. We need to think in another way the museum, the gallery. Every place with too much people in the future, I don't know if can believe, but we can have a diffuso, non mi ricordo come si dice in inglese, spread museum, a different view to live the art, and the art, in my opinion, the concept of the art is to give to the people and question mark for the future, to rethink some about our life till tomorrow, not till yesterday, and to find a new solution for tomorrow without of course the real solution with the question mark, because I think people reinvent the life in the future, but they need to understand what is not so perfect in the life of till yesterday.
Yeah, it's a very important idea about new format of museum, and probably you are super right about this, because yeah, in future maybe we will have other viruses, other quarantines, other way of moving on the street and go into public spaces. Yeah, it's very interesting to think about this, and it's very important that you're saying about the experience. I don't know how do you feel this, but I really miss the smell of paint or the smell of fresh printed photograph, right? It's something, it's magic, and not only image, but also like other senses that are included in this experience. Yeah.
Very important. And only one point. I hope for the future from not Italy government, but the Europe government or the world. I hope the government give money to the art, because the art is the last chance to transform the life of the planet, and we need today to be to rethink about this. And in the story we see after the Medioevo, there is the Rinascimento, there is a big revolution. So I think today we have a give opportunity, like artists, like people live in this world. We can change world for our son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you so much for these words. They are really important. And really we need to think about the role of artists and all these communications with the government, with other structures. And of course, I completely agree with you that government should support artists. So artists can think more about how to improve the society, not thinking how to eat and with what to feed their families, right? Yeah, completely agree with you. And we are traveling now to Ruia. Luia, where are you
Hi.
now? Hi, where are you now?
Hi.
And where are you from?
I'm from China. I'm in Shanghai right now. Hi, everyone. About the question, actually, I was thinking about it before. I thought about it before. I think probably in future they're gonna getting more and more multimedia, to be honest, because I think no matter it's a canvas, oil painting, or digital image, moving image, or installation, it will be more and more become a medias for artists to express their ideas. So I think the ideas of different category of medias will maybe probably blurred more in future. That's how I think about it. That's possible. But I also agree, like now there's more and more technology involved in, and seems squeezing the space of the traditional like handcrafts, handcraftment, and art that use really like hand making to do it. But I think and also there's some AI even coming out, says the AI computer can do a painting, can do a drawing to a design stuff. But I think still for human thoughts, there's some like sparkling part of the human ideas and the concepts. It's something machine cannot replace, I think. But for sure they're gonna be more competitive. And also for artists, what can do in future, I think not only artists, I think art will become more like a way of express ideas. And actually there's more and more scientists. I was talking to a friend yesterday actually, who's in biology medicine industry, and there's more and more like scientists and biologists, anthropologists who are interested in art, photography, painting, or they use this media to express their ideas and theories better. So I think maybe in future, even the roles of artists maybe will blurred a little bit. Yeah, that's how I think, basically, for right now. Yeah.
It's very interesting. So you think that the role of this transdisciplinary collaborations and collaboration between art and science will be more and more frequent?
Yeah, I think so, actually. I think, but I don't really like artists who just think it's cool to do art, to try to know art more, because for a lot of art, to do a science more, for a lot of science theories, they need a lot of years of really theoretical like lab training and stuff. So I think maybe in future artists and scientists probably will work together more to cooperate more. I think that's possible.
So probably in this way, artists can help scientists to create the vaccine contra coronavirus and other viruses. I hope so, because artists are so creative. They need to create something to help scientists to beat, to I don't know, to delete these viruses from our planet. Hopefully it will work.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, and to finish our conversation, I would like to let every one of you short word to, let's say, to advise something for our future generations. What you can advise for 2 generations that will live on this planet in 100 years. What you can say, what you can about what you can warn them. I don't know, to take care of nature, to think more, to study more? What you can tell to them? As we know, digital videos are very can survive everything, all the viruses. So probably our next generations will see this video and say, "Wow, thank you so much." Okay, let's start from Julia. Microphone. Yeah.
I want Diana to start, I think.
Okay, as you wish. Diana?
Okay, I can go. So I think for me, I've been thinking about it a lot because I have small children. And the thing that I've been thinking about most in this time is watching the earth repair itself. You know, it's like the flocks of birds coming back to the beach, or wild cats in Peruvian cities, and pandas that are mating by themselves in China. I'm like, it's taught me that I think I know somewhat how to raise human babies, but trees and animals and the earth know how to raise their own babies. So we should give them the space to be able to do that, instead of thinking that we need to impose. So this question that we've been talking about of technology, it's that yes, we have the ability to extend our bodies in these ways that, by extending our hearing by having a Zoom meeting, or extending our feet by having cars. We have these ways to be able to extend our bodies, but our bodies are not the things that are necessarily going to save or fix something. The earth knows how to do it. So give it the room it needs to allow for that, and then tend to the things that we know how to do well. Because I'm so impressed by the abilities of humans, and I'm so, enraged and scared by what we can do too. So I think that learning this balance of what we're able to do well and what we need to leave and give space for, I think that that's what I'm trying to teach my young humans to know, is what are their abilities, what are their strengths, and when do you let something raise their own babies. So.
Yeah, thank you, Diana. Julia, you have now enough courage.
I knew that she was going to say something nice. Well, I think that last week we bought a telescope, and we are very interested with my husband on seeing the space and to know about a lot of things, and that gives us a dimension of what we are and the time we are here on Earth. I think that that nature, we can see, goes by itself and can be mended, as Diana says, and we can see the horizon in Mexico now. And I have a friend in New Delhi that he says, I can see the horizon, it's without contamination and all that. But I think that is why we have to focus on us, and what, because the world goes on, the nature goes on. And I think that as I have kids also, and I have to think about the future, I think that I have to taught them how to deal with humankind, that the environment is one thing is without us in the world and with us, and I don't know if I'm being if you understand me, but I think that what we have to build is our relation with the environment, and to deal with that, because without us, it goes on, The difficulty is in that feedback, you know. And with this COVID and this pandemic, we have to be, we are more aware of that, you know, that anything can happen, and we have to create things to deal with that territory, you know, with the things that surround us.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Julia. Thank you. Gilberto,
Sí.
what
Ana,
¿qué puedes
¿puedes repetir la
decir a
pregunta en
las
español, por favor?
generaciones nuevas? Sí, probamos.
Gracias. No, si me puedes decir la pregunta en español para poder entender bien.
¿Qué puedes decir a las generaciones nuevas, a las generaciones de la gente que puede vivir en 100 años?
Yo creo que al final, ahora más que nunca, somos conscientes de que tenemos que tener una vida más sostenible en todos los sentidos. Creo que a 2 siglos de una revolución industrial, pues nos hemos dado cuenta de que ese camino que se planteó en el siglo XIX no es viable para las sociedades contemporáneas. Hay que plantearse sociedades más sostenibles para que todos podamos convivir en ellas. Yo creo que es la gran preocupación de futuro que debemos tener todos y responsabilizarnos como padres que somos y enseñar, sobre todo enseñar. Yo creo que la herramienta más importante del mundo es la educación y tendremos que trabajar muy fuerte con la educación para generar conciencia de hacer un mundo sostenible.
Yes, so the main idea is to find a way to organize our society in sustainable way and to teach, and education is the most important thing that can really help our future generations to be more aware about how to manage, how to deal with our planet. Yeah, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Stefano? Unmute. Yeah. For the future generations.
Yes,
can you imagine somebody in 100 years?
I have 3 sons. The first is giving this master in economy at the University of in Denmark. Mm-hmm. The second is a classic. He's studying classic, the classic liceo, and the third is going to the Liceo Scientifico. 3 different persons, 3 different characters, but what I searching to teach them is the same. Respect of the human being and the others. Study, because to study is imprescindibile. It's impossible not to be at a great level of studying. The third, respect of the life, the earth, and the planet in which we are, because probably they can see a different planet, but in this moment, the unique planet we have is this one, so we have to preserve it. To be self-confident, because they don't have fear or different situation in rapport to the other, and hoping in the human being. Are millions in millions of years, and the human, we are here now. We are the heritage of all the other, but the future don't stop tomorrow. And this is what I search to teach them. And the same I can teach to all the new generations, no?
Yeah.
And technology and science have to be at our, they have to serve us. We don't be, what can we don't be slave of the technology. We use it, yes, sir, sure, it's necessary, but we don't be slave of technology.
Okay, Stefano, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I knew that I need to ask you for sure, because you have a great experience of raising kids, and I suppose they are already big guys. Okay, let's continue. Benjamin, what do you think, and what can you say to the future generations? Imagine if some person from the future is listening to you and saying, okay, thank you for telling me this.
I think it's if it's not for my children, but it could be even the same. It's maybe some kind of a look at the history. We have almost 2,000 years of history, and we are doing the same mistakes all the time. We are selling out our environment. We are doing warfare on each other like 2,000 years before, and I think we are better than this. We need a international council that preserves the resources we have. The resources is not only the world, it's the human beings on this planet, and we need to get rid of the gangsters in this world. We have to have a higher council that it's prohibited to make money with warfare and something like this. I mean, we have laws for this, but but groups like this, they are so powerful. These laws can't harm them, and I think we have all those 2,000 years, and I really think we can be better than this, and we have to preserve this. I mean, everybody, even the gangsters, are becoming kids and babies, and they have to rethink what is the real value. I mean, the time span on this planet is really short, really short. And I think we are better than this, and I suppose we need we need a higher council that is not where it's not about money, but it's only about these important points: the environment, the earth, the human beings, and always against the warfare. And only then we have the chance. I mean, you can say one sentence to the guy from the future. You just say, treat on the others like you want to be treated. Like you want to be treated by them. So, and if it's possible to live like this, then maybe humankind have a chance on this beautiful planet.
Yeah, thank you, Benjamin. Brendan, let's continue with you. What you would say to some person from future generation about what to warn and what to advise?
Well, definitely, want to echo some of what Benjamin was saying, about political kind of leadership, but I, in the moment, quite skeptical about how, different things and arms are reaching out. So I think all of that is very important. And I do similarly express that same, concern and message. But I also wanted to kind of talk about, health and learning absolutely as much as possible to be enormously and infinitely curious. And I think that, to me, health has a kind of rising relationship to technology, and And, you know, we're learning more and more about how there, you know, can be various, you know, cognitive, physical ailments, different things that are kind of inherently attached to our usage, but so we can't necessarily push that away from our reality, but using tools to help benefit, you know, our health. And I've been kind of thinking about that a lot lately, and the emphasis that is really needed, and that kind of is a common factor and theme, you know, despite political upheaval and different things that go on, that, you know, we can, and health has a direct relationship with the environment and with, you know, our treatment of it, and how we can almost look at things in a more, you know, primitive sense, where we are just endlessly engaged with the profiteering and the greed and the manufacture from the consumption of different things that we're, you know, putting into our bodies and surrounding ourselves with. And there's, you know, it's all just so enormously interconnected. But to be aware of that, and to be, to learn as much as possible. And, you know, if I were to say one thing to someone, you know, I'd like to attach each statement that everyone has said thus previously, because I agree with all of that. And to really focus on health and how that is, you know, we are a part of the planet, and so the planet is a part of us, and yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon. And I see Ellison Carvalho with us. You joined just for the last minutes, but it would be interesting to listen to you. What you would say to the new generations as an artist. What advice can you give about what you can warn the future generations?
Okay. Sorry, I was very sick for last years, so I would like to advise for everyone, don't give up. It's very important, because I have many opportunities to give up, or many opportunities to not believe in yourself. But it's important that you must go on to believe in your work, to believe what your message you carry in yourself. So don't give up. That's my contribution, and I would like to learn with you all. It's very important to me to learn all day and every day, all the time, with many people who I met. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Ellison, and thank you for joining us. And hopefully next time you will join us for a longer time. And
yes.
Yeah, and you saw the link on Allison's work, and you can also find each other on social networks to support each other, to follow each
yes.
other, to put likes.
I think I get it wrong, because a group of photography, or no?
Yes, we are.
Yes. Okay, então I'm right. So I'm sorry, I'm late.
No. We are not in the class. We are happy to see you, and we are happy to connect with you. Yeah, Ruya, what can you say to future generations?
I would say protect the environment. It's really very important, I think. And yeah, no matter where you are, even in another planet, it's very important. Like, I think right now, super important to be friendly to the environment. Mm-hmm. And I think the relationship between human being and the nature is not conquer. It's more like core existence and living together, share together. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. And the final word go to Marcello. What you would say to further generations?
To next generation, I think that we are adult and we have a great duty. We must teach to our all children that the greatest wealth we have is life, not not money, not object. I believe that the life is a gift for all the creators of the earth and for all the earth itself, and we must respect it as well as we respect ourselves, because a humanity that does not respect it, if it stands, is a humanity that has no future. So when the moment has passed, I hope we can begin to smile to the next one we meet on the street, happy to be able to share the planet with him. I believe that teaching the right spirit to see the future is the basis for building it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks to everyone for joining us. It was amazing. It was fantastic. It was the same, let's say, concentration of feelings. Sarah has something.
I want only to take the occasion of the presence also of Alison, that was not on the meeting at the beginning, to say also to him that we have organized the exhibition for your works on March of the next year, from 13th of March to 5th of April. We will organize a big exhibition with the works of the finalists of this year and of the next year. So it's a great news that I can give to you now.
Yeah, Julia.
I would like to say that this situation meets us, and that is very important. I work. I have been in many events abroad, and to meet you or all the contents, all the artists, and to know more about them, it's very, very invigorating and very important for me, because in the other way you just you see the works and the names in the list, and that's it. And in this this is very, I think it's...
I can tell you that in 14 years of Arte Laguna Prize, it's the first time that I know so well all of you, because internet is giving us this opportunity.
I'd also just like to echo how special this is, because, you know, particularly in time of quarantine, like we have this level of connectivity, but I think also in times of non-quarantine, this level of connectivity is possible, but doesn't necessarily happen. So there's been a very beautiful opportunity to be able to connect with other people and connect with artists around the world. And I've really appreciated that. So thank you very much for all the people who participated and made it happen. So
thank you very much to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a nice Saturday evening. Have a nice weekend. I have my notes, a lot of beautiful thoughts, a lot of beautiful ideas. That is my work of art. Thank you so much, and take care. And I wish you health and inspiration, and continue and don't stop to create, and don't stop to give us inspiration. Thank you so much. We will be in touch on our Facebook group, and also we will try to organize something new with new topics that we had today. We have already some ideas, so keep in touch, and good luck for everything.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.